And
without warning, it will awake. And you will experience nature's most awesome display.
Get out of there before it's too late.
this is not good!
Come on!
Dante's Peak.
Season commences Thursday, March 27 at cinemas everywhere.
There's nothing more mouth-watering than a Hungry Jack's flame-grilled Whopper. But hey, how's this for an idea?
The heat is on!
Now you can get a Whopper with a mild chili sauce, plus a regular Coke and fries for just $4.65.
It's on the street!
But only for a limited time.
The heat is
The Hungry Jack's Chili Whopper. How cool is that?
The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Colleagues, having fully immersed myself in the problem and how to save at Easter, my research shows you can save heaps on all sorts of goodies.
Like Coca-Cola drinks, only $1.17. Meadowlea margarine, a low $1.37. And Farmland Easter buns, 8 for the price of 6, just $2.47 a pack.
So as you can see, my qualified expert research proves that for saving, Coles is the expert's choice for Easter.
If that last chocolatey glimpse was far too brief, here's a little more. Chocolate orange. It's peculiarly luscious.
You're on 7? Welcome home.
A superior cast with our very own Elle in the premiere of Sirens next.
This 7 News Update is brought to you by Colonial, one of Australasia's most diverse financial services networks.
Hello again, Paula Vos with a 7 News Update. Police hold grave fears for the safety of a young woman who's gone missing from Claremont. Police are now linking this latest disappearance with missing teenager Sarah Spears and the murder of Jane Rimmer.
27-year-old Kira Glennon said goodbye to friends at the Continental Hotel just after midnight Friday. She hasn't been seen since.
Her disappearance is considered by us to be totally out of character. She had some important family commitments yesterday that she did not meet, and we have grave fears for her safety.
Police say there is a link between Kira's disappearance and that of 2 other women from the same nightclub strip last year. 18-year-old Sarah Spears disappeared from Club Bayview in January. 23-year-old Jane Rimmer was last seen at the Continental last June. Her body was found 2 months later.
We certainly have fears that there is a serial killer at loose in Perth as well.
Mara Pritchard, 7 Nightly News.
And Susanna Carr will bring you live updates from Claremont throughout the day tomorrow with a special edition of 7 Nightly News live from Claremont at 6 o'clock. From me, it's good night.
A shocking case study of a teacher and the boy he abused.
I knew that what he was doing was wrong.
The report authorities covered up.
A deal was struck.
Now, witness names the teacher involved, plus the love affair that has embraced millions of Australians. Tuesday.
I wake up to the sounds of life. They're all around me now as the sun shines on me. Ooh, yeah, yeah. That's home with 7. That's home with 7. That's home with 7. That's home with 7. That's home with 7.
This program is presented by Morris Mead for great-looking hair. And Telstra, it doesn't cost much to stay in touch.
Sirens is classified M. Channel 7 recommends viewing by mature audiences. It contains sex scenes, nudity and adult themes.
Small spiders with big teeth. They live under toilet seats usually.
How do you know if they're there?
By the screams.
A great cut. It's the basis of everything we do. Colour adds individuality and strength to any haircut. You always notice great looking hair.
Morris Mead for hair.
All up, I'd be away from home 6, sometimes 8 weeks a year.
Yeah, well, we do keep in touch on the telephone, of course. But it would be really nice if Sandra could leave the kids with her mum and meet up with me over here. Just to be closer.
Be closer sooner. Join over 100,000 frequent flyers already earning more points towards free flights with their new Qantas Telstra Visa cards.
Me, underwear from Holproof. Me, they're really you.
The more I see you, the more I want you. Somehow this feeling just grows and grows. With every sigh, I become more mad about you, more lost without you. And so it goes. I know the only one for me can only be you. The more I see you, the more I see you. As years go by.
Everyday combos at Chicken Treat. A chicken fillet burger plus a Coke plus chips for only $4.25 every day and night at Chicken Treat. That's the chicken fillet burger combo. Just one of the $4.25 combos you get every day at Chicken Treat.
We adapt hairstyles to suit the face, personality and lifestyle. Individuality is the key to the Morris Mead salons.
Morris Mead for hair.
He's their ace lawyer.
I get elected governor, you won't have to put up with me anymore.
You get elected governor and I'll kiss your ass in Macy's window.
And he's about to defect.
You need us.
You went for the bucks.
What if I did?
If you thought Murder 1 couldn't get any better, think again.
She's in custody on a double homicide. Do you think your wife could have killed him?
Don't you want to know if I did it?
A new mystery, a new boss.
You can trust me.
All new reasons to watch.
I will not let you down.
The season premiere of Murder 1, 8:30 Monday.
Hi.
With Telstra's new STD weeknight rates, you can afford to have a good long natter. Because from 8 p.m. to midnight, Monday to Friday until May the 2nd, you can talk for as long as you like, and the most the call will cost is $3.
No, what's the rush? We've got all night. Only just begun. It was 6 days into it. I don't know if it really works. I lost a couple
Telstra.
of
It doesn't cost much to stay in touch.
Introducing a different kind of four-wheel drive that thinks. The all-new Explorer has Control Track, intelligent technology that senses any loss of traction and automatically engages four-wheel drive. It's also the only four-wheel drive thoughtful enough to feature an optional 5-speed automatic transmission. The new Ford Explorer, the intelligent four-wheel drive.
G'day. About this time, we normally have Beau's big birthday sale. Well, this year we decided to keep it quiet. You see, Beau's been getting a bit touchy about his age. So...
Dave, why are you wishing me to that camera?
No reason, Beau.
Dave's no reason in particular sale. Tyres at unbeatable prices. Call 132381 for your nearest Beau Repairs store.
Me. Socks from Whole Proof. Me. They're really you.
Just one serve of Brown's yogurt every day can help bring your body back into balance, because it's Brown's yogurt that has the goodness of friendly AB cultures inside every single tub. Brown's, the friendly yogurt.
Looks can be deceiving. From as little as $62, RAC members can have a detailed vehicle inspection. That way you'll know exactly what you're buying. RAC Vehicle Inspections. Can you afford not to have one?
In Woman's Day this week, royal shock. Reckless Di caught stalking her ex-lover. We follow Jacko on bizarre baby shopping spree. Michael plays up while Paula fumes. And I married Australia's most evil serial killer. Gay writer threatens to expose Jodie. Aussie bloke tells my amazing surgery to look like Elle and boost your luck and love with Athena's magic shamrock.
Perth's real ER.
Get Royal Perth Hospital.
We join our hospital heroes
There's nothing in medicine that comes close.
in a fight for life.
With 4 or 5 things which can all kill them.
24 hours a day.
The difference between life and death is a split second.
Today Tonight takes you behind the scenes
Rain, short of breath.
in Perth's emergency wards. Perth's real ER. Today Tonight, 6:30 Monday.
An Audience with Billy Connolly, 8:30 Thursday on 7.
Well, I don't think the church can be blamed for everything that's been done in its name, but we'll take this up later.
Hello, Paula Voice with a weather update. 0.6 of a millimetre of rain was recorded last night, and we're expecting more showers tonight. As we take a look from above, plenty of cloud cover as we saw today. That cloud will hang around until at least midday tomorrow. We're expecting a few showers in the morning. The outlook for Perth, a few showers, mainly overnight and in the morning, with fresh west to southwesterly winds. Tonight 17, tomorrow 24. The UV index 9 decreasing to 6 under the cloud cover. The 4-day forecast fine on Monday 25, Tuesday 27 and Thursday warming up with a high of 32 degrees. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Good night.
A great cut. It's the basis of everything we do. Colour adds individuality and strength to any haircut. You always notice great looking hair.
Morris Mead. For hair.
Red leader to flight. Please advise fuel status. Yeah, okay. No problem.
Low on time and low on fuel? Try Mobile Card Express. First, swipe your card, then fill up, and you're away.
Red 4, please advise fuel status.
Red leader, fuel is A-OK.
Card Express, the fastest way to pay at the pump at selected mobile service stations.
We are picking up some activity around Dante's Peak. What do you think the odds are against an eruption up there?
10,000 to 1.
I thought this was supposed to be an extinct volcano. Not extinct, just dormant.
This map's never gonna hurt us, believe me.
This is a very serious situation we've got here. This town should be on alert.
Hope you're wrong about our volcano, Harry.
It's time. Oh, my God. Get the hell out of there before it's too late.
He's sending the chopper right now.
Come on!
I gotta get to the kids.
Come on, get out!
Dear God, they went up the mountain.
Let's go, let's go.
He doesn't have enough time.
Go, 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 go! Don't look back, kids. Don't look back.
Pierce Brosnan, Linda Hamilton. Dante's Peak.
Season commences Thursday, March 27 at cinemas everywhere.
Now, Cash Converters joins forces with Telstra to offer one of Australia's biggest mobile net services. With 140 Cash Converters mobile net premium outlets nationwide, we're talking digital bargains, talking on Ericsson, talking on Motorola, talking on Nokia. You can sell, upgrade, or even trade your old mobile on a brand new digital, and we can connect you while you wait. Come in and talk a digital mobile bargain at your nearest Cash Converter store.
Like to know how you can go into the running to win one of 5 brand new Toyota RAV4s? Just buy $5 worth of scratchies. You never know, your luck could change in an instant.
We adapt hairstyles to suit the face, personality and lifestyle. Individuality is the key to the Morris Mead salons.
Morris Mead for hair.
In 7 Nightly News tomorrow night, Perth's new nightmare.
Another missing young woman.
A chilling disappearance. How could it happen again?
We have grave fears for her safety.
For the latest, join me live in Claremont from 6 o'clock tomorrow night.
Well, now, here's the thing. You see the article in here about Atlantis? There's a new theory.
Hi.
With Telstra's new STD weeknight rates, you can afford to have a good long natter. Because from 8 p.m. to midnight, Monday to Friday until May the 2nd, you can talk for as long as you like, and the most a call will cost is $3.
Oh, what's the rush? We've got all night. Only just begun. It was 6 days into it. I don't know if it really works.
Telstra.
I lost a couple of
It doesn't cost much to stay in touch.
For a smoother, closer shave, face the challenge with the new Filler Shave. Filler Shave's revolutionary new reflex action will give you the smoothest shave you've ever had, with its 3D contour hugging technology and the proven double action lift and cut. And if after 50 days you don't agree, we'll give you your money back. Filler Shave from Philips. Let's make things better.
As my new range machine shows, Coles has everything one needs for Easter. Other tests prove you can live on Easter eggs to the year 2001. How? Because when you buy any of these Easter eggs at Coles, you could win free groceries till the next century! So we can safely conclude, when it comes to Easter eggs and great prizes, Coles is the expert's choice for Easter.
I have been a fan for over 30 years. I know it was the king I saw.
I've been talking to him on the CB. The king, he's alive.
Oh, man.
I saw.
Yeah, it was him.
He was abducted by rock and roll loving aliens.
The spelling on the headstone indicates that, yes, the king is dead.
I'm not dead, baby. I'm just having a break. I have a break. I have a Kit Kat.
Introducing the all-new Pisa. Ingeniously large inside, conveniently compact on the outside.
Back to nature then.
With twin airbags and side protection bars as standard.
Well, we are an endangered species.
Plus extra head and leg room. It's the ideal family mover. Whoever the family.
Good night.
New Pisa from Daihatsu. That's who.
Tuesday, Graham shows us natural garden remedies.
Herbs for your medicine cabinet.
Belinda makes an Italian picnic loaf.
It's incredibly easy and delicious.
Monica with decorating the entrance to your home.
So it's worth making the effort.
And creative candle stands when St George presents Better Homes and Gardens. Then at 8, Bridget reveals an island hideaway.
I think I found my paradise.
And Marie goes bush.
I can't even look.
And I'll take you to the Swiss version of the Riviera.
So don't dream about it.
Do it!
On the Great Outdoors, Tuesday on 7.
With Telstra's new STD weeknight rates, you can afford to have a good long natter. Because from 8 p.m. to midnight, Monday to Friday until May the 2nd, you can talk for as long as you like, and the most a call will cost is $3.
Oh, what's the rush? We've got all night. I've only just begun. It was 6 days into it. I don't know if it really works.
Telstra. It doesn't cost much to stay in touch.
Ford Laser is back with a new face, a spirited combination of performance and style. And sophistication has a new face in Ford Mondeo, a car that delivers the perfect balance of grace and precision. And just to keep you smiling, both cars come with a new 3-year, 100,000-kilometer bumper-to-bumper warranty. The new faces of Ford.
Congratulations. You must be very proud.
I am very proud. This is my beautiful wife.
Lovely wedding. Quite lovely. It's a bit rough, Charles calling his mother-in-law the old turkey. Oh, twining's perfect. Well, not long now, eh?
I'm so glad you're pleased. Listen, I'm out of town for a few days. On a bit of a holiday. Can I check in with you when I get back? Great.
There are some moments in life that are more special than others.
Hi, darling. How was your day?
We did it.
You got the tickets. Alex!
Like achieving the goals you set for yourself.
Yes!
Amway, because opportunity has its rewards.
Monday on 7 Nightly News. A story to inspire us all.
I believe in what we're doing.
A football legend.
There's not much out there you can't do if that's really what you want to do.
And a Perth woman's incredible courage.
My way of helping other people as well.
Born without arms and legs, Monica is about to do the impossible.
It's not going to be easy for Monica or myself.
Plus, the hidden millions in super.
I'll show you how to track it down.
Are you missing out? 7 Nightly News, Monday.
Experience the power of the new Murder One, Monday.
I'm going to be honest with you. I find your relentlessly lustful women slightly preposterous.
That doesn't surprise me.
I am married, Lindsay, so I do have some experience of the opposite sex. And I can assure you my wife is about as far from your debauched harridans as animal is from vegetable.
With Telstra's new STD weeknight rates, you can afford to have a good long natter. Because from 8 p.m. to midnight, Monday to Friday until May the 2nd, you can talk for as long as you like, and the most a call will cost is $3.
Hang on, what's the rush? We've got all night. I've only just begun. It was 6 days into it. I don't know if it really works. I
Telstra.
lost a couple of
It doesn't cost much to stay in touch.
In 7 Nightly News tomorrow night, Perth's new nightmare.
Another missing young woman.
A chilling disappearance. How could it happen again?
We have grave fears for her safety.
For the latest, join me live in Claremont from 6 o'clock tomorrow night.
During Retrovision's Homemaker Savings, you'll find everything electrical to make your home a better place to live.
This bargain stainless steel Hoover washing machine comes with this free laundry pack.
You'll save $50 on this Hoover 290-litre refrigerator. It's only $745.
And there's a $20 gift voucher from Interflora with this Dishlex electronic dishwasher. It's all in your Retrovision Homemaker Savings catalogue.
Buy anywhere else and you'll pay too much.
It's on again, the Caravan Camping and Park Home Show. Discover the latest and greatest in caravans and camping with new products, new ideas and more. Find out all about the wonderful park home lifestyle with homes you'll love to live in. Discover new holiday destinations too, along with free seminars and all you want to know about living in the great outdoors. 4 exciting days, Thursday to Sunday, March 20th to the 23rd. Open from 10 a.m. daily. The Caravan Camping and Park Home Show at Mitchell Park, right on the South Perth foreshore. Don't miss it.
The brewers at the Swan Brewery have been blending the world's finest ingredients for 139 years. This experience has been handed down ever since, and it has ended up here with 1857 bitter.
Star Wars is back on the big screen for a whole new generation who have yet to experience it, and for everyone else to experience it again.
There'll be no one to stop us this time.
Star Wars, a special edition.
Eeny, meeny, miny.
Announcing the Charade Triple Treat Sale. TE 12,990 drive away. CSP 16,490 drive away. TS 13,990 drive away. See your Daihatsu dealer today.
Choice is a wonderful thing.
Stephen Whitman could never have imagined that by 1912, his handmade range of chocolates would grow so large, no one could sample them all. So Whitman's created the Sampler, 42 favorites like chocolate nut fudge, cashew cluster, and buttercream caramel. Now you can give the Easter treat everyone loves to share. Whitman's Sampler, the chocolate store in a box.
8:30 Wednesday.
So you're back.
When she's lost everything else,
Chicago Hope's all I have left.
she needs to find her confidence.
You want someone else to do the transplant?
Trying times. On Chicago Hope, 8:30 Wednesday on 7.
Next you have to cross the Arafura Sea. She'll be here in a few days.
Tuesday on Witness. Sexual abuse in our schools.
The teacher was actually lying on top of Sam.
A shocking case study of a teacher and the boy he abused.
I knew that what he was doing was wrong.
The report authorities destroyed.
A deal was struck.
And the scandal that rocked parents.
I have never understood why they refused to act.
Now Witness names the teacher involved. Plus romance on the high seas, the love affair that embraced millions of Australians. On Witness, 9:30 Tuesday.
It's not starting. I've left the lights on.
Hi. Yep, cool. Thank you.
What would you do if the thing you loved most was suddenly taken away?
Oh, the TV! It's gone!
We must find our TV.
On a search for their prized possession, a top secret weapon has fallen into their hands.
Cool.
Now,
I am going on you!
everyone wants them.
Hey, baby.
You got 2 seconds.
Is that gonna be enough time?
Beavis and Butthead to America.
It's gonna roll. Oh, that's nice.
Special advance screenings this coming weekend. Check newspapers for details.
What are you doing for Easter?
I had thought about grabbing a tent and getting away with the family, you know.
Fancy a spot of fishing myself. Good time to fish, Easter.
Well, I'd be getting down to Kmart. Pick up one of those cuddly bumper rabbits. And some Easter eggs for the kids.
Oh, I have to get stuck into the garden. Hope the weather's nice.
Looks like I'll be painting the house.
Whatever you're doing this Easter, hop into Kmart.
If you own a Ford, any Ford, from this cute little Festiva to a Ford LTD, then it makes a lot of sense to have it serviced regularly at your local Ford dealer. And here's another good reason.
The $99 Ford Care Service offer. Road test, lube, oil filter change, engine tune, replace spark plugs, points, inspect hoses, belts, brakes and aircon, all just $99.
Now, do you need any more reasons why your Ford, no matter what Ford model, is better off at your local authorised Ford dealer?
Billy Connolly, 8:30 Thursday on 7.
Perth's real ER.
You're Royal Perth Hospital.
We join our hospital heroes
There's nothing in medicine that comes close.
in a fight for life.
With 4 or 5 things which can all kill them.
24 hours a day.
The difference between life and death is a split second.
Today Tonight takes you behind the scenes
short of breath.
in Perth's emergency wards. Perth's real ER. Today Tonight, 6:30 Monday.
The closer you get to the horizon, the further away it can seem. But if your dream's big enough, nothing can get in the way. For the members of Team National, that's all that matters.
Right now, you can get the Red Rooster Chicken and Chips Pack plus a Coke for just $3.95. That's a quarter barbecue chicken plus chips plus a Coke, all for just $3.95. The Red Rooster Chicken and Chips Pack plus a Coke, now only $3.95. But hurry, offer must end soon.
not just a bunny, I'm a fresh egg bunny. And you can't get fresher than that. We've got Easter eggs galore in every single store. And you can't get fresher than that. Well, what's the fresh food people? With an Easter wonderland just for you. Well, what's the fresh food people? And you can't get fresher than that. Have a happy Easter, everybody.
No matter where you are, there's no place like home.
Coming up, Australia versus South Africa in the second test. Next on 7.
So, ladies, where were we?
Carl? Easy, Frank.
A country girl accidentally discovers she has a talent for speaking and lands herself as one of Chicago's hottest radio celebrities. Dolly Parton, Terry Hatcher and James Woods. This program is presented by Morris Mead for great-looking hair. And Telstra, it doesn't cost much to stay in touch.
Oh dear.
Morning, sweetie.
You've been getting dressed for 3 hours and you still look like a bloated citrus fruit.
I mean, she's the one who ruined your figure in the first place. She's the one who turned you into this potato that we see before us.
Inside of me, there's a thin person just screaming to get out.
Just the one, dear?
The absolutely fabulous hour, coming soon to 7.
Smooth, refreshing, totally unspoiled. Hey, it's up to us to protect something so pure. I'm playing my part. How about you?
This program presented by Clean Heat Gas, Australia's gas experts. The new faces of Ford, Coca-Cola, and National Australia Bank.
Yes, on 7 Sport, good evening everybody. Welcome to the third day of the second cricket test from St George's Park in Port Elizabeth, and what an absolutely intriguing day it is in South Africa. We'll show you highlights of the first and second sessions and then all of the final session of the day's play, but let's just recap firstly where Australia went wrong yesterday, all out for 108 and not a great deal of high quality batting there yesterday. Matthew Elliott, the highest of the scorers, run out for 23, but it was the South African bowlers who did all the damage. Alan Donald especially, only 1 for 18, but look at that, 23 overs and 13 maidens. McMillan as well was quite superb, 2 for 32. off 14. Then South Africa at stumps last night had made a very handy start. Gary Kirsten and Adam Backer had taken them to 83 without loss. And so we came to day 3 today. Terry Alderman joins me again. And Terry, there had been some talk about the pitch overnight and today our time. You might like the background that.
Well, yes. Well, there was talk that the pitch had been doctored before, David, even before the game started. And then we had an opportunity this evening to actually ring Port Elizabeth, and I actually spoke to Andrew McLean, the groundsman there.
OK, and the suggestion was that he hadn't put any hessian on?
No hessian.
To protect the pitch.
That's right, and I also asked him about doctoring the wicket first up, and he said no. He said that they needed to keep some extra grass on there, and the fact that the hessian, he's never put hessian on. But Jeff Hammond, the
former South Australian, yes.
He is now the coach there of Eastern Province, and he is suggesting that he puts the hessian down, so he has it there available, but he hasn't used it. But there was talk that they used it in Johannesburg.
All right, well, he says no, we say maybe. The South Africans yesterday batted on the same pitch on which Australia collapsed. Today the job was with the Australian bowlers, without Steve Waugh, who we've been told will not bowl again in this test because of the groin.
Yes, well, they've really gone to start today at none for 184. That's what the South Africans are going in there for, so... Australia really have to get some inroads in today, and they've got a second chance. They bowled poorly yesterday, but they get a second chance this morning.
Well, still 3 days remaining in this test. Anything could happen. It did. You'll see those highlights in just a moment. Conditions today, high 20s, the chance of a thundery shower in the afternoon. No great sign of it from what we have seen. Let's take you direct now to Port Elizabeth for the highlights from the first session of today's play.
You've got an hour and a half of bowling and fielding to do, and you can't get a breakthrough. That's a very good delivery, and that has bowled him. So that's not the way they wanted to get him out, but they'll be pleased and take any way they can. Gary Kirsten just staying at the crease, letting the ball come to him, and unfortunately playing down the wrong line. But for the Australians, a very good early morning breakthrough.
Gary Kirsten having a good long look at the pitch as he walked away. I think he expected that ball to bounce a little bit more. I tend to think that he perhaps misjudged the length of it, but did keep a little bit low. But beautiful delivery from Gillespie. Has bowled very well this morning.
Cullen and Cronje gives McMillan to come the batsman. And a nice shot from Barker. Blew it to over pitching, placement between mid-on and the stumps, and going towards the boundary, and in fact will get there. The first boundary of the morning to Adam Barker. They blew at the bowler. And that's what he likes to play. He's a very good puller and hooker, and that is a very good shot. From the right shoulder blade, he whacked it over square leg, a couple of bounces into the fence, and when the Greg Blewett's pace, you've got to expect if you're bowling to a man who can hook, that you're going to get a few balls whistling away to the boundary.
It's Bucker on 49. Yes! That should be his 50. Blewett coming in. If he hits it, he's out. I think that might be it. He's called for the third umpire, but I think it might be unnecessary. Jacques Callis has been sold the dummy by Adam Backer, trying to get his 50 with a quick single. Greg Blewett off the mark. He's had some problems picking the ball up cleanly this morning, Blewett, but none this time. Just watch this. Just watch the coloured lights on the right of the screen. Blewett picks it up, knocks the middle stump out with a direct hit. Good night, Jacques Callis.
Magnificent fielding there for Greg Blewett. Actually had a choice. It's amazing when a run happens and throw down the stumps, and Blewett all of a sudden lifts with confidence, and it would help his bowling, I have no doubt, as well.
It's in the air, going down to fine leg. He's going to be caught, and there we go. The real turnaround in this test match now. Adam Backer caused the run out of Jacques Callis. It would have affected his concentration. It would have been in the back of his mind. Some brilliant bowling by Gillespie. Really intelligent stuff. He's done a great job in this test match. Terrific work for him this morning. And all of a sudden, 3 wickets have fallen in a short space of time. The momentum is well and truly back Australia's way, and they're right back in this test match.
Yes, we have Barker here hooking again. He got out twice in the match against India at Durban this year, and again he's out. It's amazing, isn't it, on 49, where batsmen try to look for balls and aren't quite there.
Confident shot, he's out. Cullinan is out, leg before wicket. Gillespie strikes again. What a morning he's having, and suddenly Australia are back in the contest. It appeared hopeless overnight, but Callanan is out for 2. Cronje is yet to score, and South Africa 4 for 100. It wasn't called a no ball, but the replay is interesting. Given more air, Cronje is sweeping successfully through square leg for 4. Late decision, gets it away. Dwelt on the shot. It's set up obligingly outside the off stump, and he runs it away for 4 despite the dive of Shane Warne.
It's pretty hard just looking at the line drawn by a bail to see if it's no ball.
Yes, there it is. Beautifully bowled, Glenn McGrath. Got that one up there. He's been trying for a couple of overs to get the ball up to Herschel Gibbs. He got it up and outside, and Gibbs, who's been forced on the back foot 2 or 3 times, this time not really getting to the pitch of the ball, driving at it. And Glenn McGrath, whilst not at top pace, has got a very important breakthrough here for Australia. Herschel Gibbs out for 7, and Australia again turn this game back in their, well, not in their favour, but certainly they're back in the game. The disciplines are outstanding. Looking at the no ball call, or not call, as what may be, and it seems to me today we've seen 40 of those replays, and in this instance you see the safe hands, normally safe hands of Mark Waugh. Dropped one in the first innings, but there he made sure of that, getting down low to it. And I guess the question is, this replay is that Glenn McGrath really striding out and Herschel Gibbs not getting to the pitch of the ball. Around the wicket, Glenn McGrath. Yes. Cronje, that's a strong part of his game around that point, the cover point region. Just caresses it away to the boundary for a 4.
As Glenn followed through, he really did go straight down the pitch then and should have been warned on the other side of the wicket.
McGrath out of rhythm, and this one again, Cronje just following the flight of the ball, the line of the ball. I'm sure McMillan would have his wry grin on his face too. Oh, he's got him. Yes, he's LBW. You wouldn't believe it, would you? It didn't really come out of the hand, Keith. It's LBW, McMillan, trying to hit the ball out of the park. The luck's a fortune for Australia, right on the lunchtime. In fact, it's gone over the 12:30 mark here. Bevan from around the wicket tried to give one a real rip. It didn't come out. It was a half tracker. And in the end, McMillan playing much too soon is Slum, LBW.
Yes, he's a tall fellow, but he was well back. Good decision by umpire Kurtzer. He's had a very good game, but what a session for the Australians. 53 runs for South Africa, bearing in mind they got 12 off that last over of Glenn McGrath, but getting 6 wickets, and what a way to finish it off, getting the star of the South African batting lineup in the first innings when he got 55 at McMillan pinning the ears back. He went to hit it over the top, probably facing that last ball before lunch was pretty tight. I want to be there at lunchtime. He was there to be hit. He was crouched, bent the knee, and would have probably just hit a couple of inches below the stump. So a very good decision and a great session for the Australians.
Yes, indeed. The South Africans resumed at none for 83. They lost 6 for 54 in the session, 6 for 137 at lunch to lead by 238 overall. And not much really after Kirsten and Barker, apart from Hansie Cronje. If we check the bowling figures now, it's pretty much a Jason Gillespie-led Australian recovery at 3 for 36. McGrath the 1 for 43. But Terry Alderman, as you rejoin us, things really did go all Australia's way in that session, didn't they?
Yes, sensational, David. A couple of no balls.
Well, we put in wickets. The highlights, those 2 no ball replays. They definitely were no balls, weren't they?
They were, and there'll be plenty of said in the press, I'm sure. And but the fact that they were able to, they got a hook shot out, you know, and a brilliant run out there by Blewett, and then to get McMillan with a long hop in the last ball before lunch.
Well, after what happened yesterday, of course, the Aussies needed a bit to go their way. Is this the sort of spark that can turn a team psychologically?
Oh, for sure. They're still going to be chasing some runs, for sure. But
2.5 days to do it in.
Well, yes, there'll be plenty of time, but Alan Donnell, he could be the difference.
All right, 6 for 137 at the lunch break. We'll take a break ourselves and come back with the second session. It is just as intriguing right after these here on 7 Sport.
He's their ace lawyer.
I get elected governor, you won't have to put up with me anymore.
You get elected governor and I'll kiss your ass in Macy's window.
And he's about to defect.
You need us.
You went for the bucks.
What if I did?
If you thought Murder One couldn't get any better, think again.
She's in custody on a double homicide.
Do you think your wife could have killed him?
Don't you want to know if I did it?
A new mystery, a new boss.
You can trust me.
All new reasons to watch.
I will not let you down.
The season premiere of Murder One, 8:30 Monday.
Colleagues, having fully immersed myself in the problem and how to save at Easter, my research shows you can save heaps on all sorts of goodies.
Like Coca-Cola drinks, only $1.17. Meadowlea margarine, a low $1.37. And Farmland Easter buns, 8 for the price of 6, just $2.47 a pack.
So as you can see, my qualified expert research proves that for saving, Coles is the expert's choice for Easter.
We have access to management in most of the companies that we invest in. But we also have, in many cases, contacts amongst their competitors, their suppliers, and in many cases their customers. And this also can often provide the greatest insight into the way companies are functioning.
See your financial advisor or call BT.
If you own a Ford, any Ford, from this cute little Festiva to a Ford LTD, then it makes a lot of sense to have it serviced regularly at your local Ford dealer. And here's another good reason.
The $99 Ford Care Service offer. Road test, lube, oil filter change, engine tune, replace spark plugs, points, inspect hoses, belts, brakes and aircon, all just $99.
Now, do you need any more reasons why your Ford, no matter what Ford model, is better off at your local authorised Ford dealer?
Australia's favourite film is yours to own. Buy the video to watch again and again.
Welcome to Earth.
Independence Day. Buy it on video before it's gone.
How do Sizzler do it for the price?
Cut.
For the price?
Cut. Look, they're offering a nice juicy steak and 5 courses for just $12.95. That's it.
The offer that's too good for words at Sizzler now.
On 7 Sport, welcome back. We're looking at day 3 of the second cricket test from St George's Park in Port Elizabeth in South Africa. And Terry Alderman, 6 for 137 at lunch, the South Africans. Still a lead of 238 and a bit of work for the Aussies to do, I would have thought.
Well, they've still got to get the last 4 wickets for a start. And in the first innings, they were the ones that scored all the runs.
Well, McMillan has gone, last ball before lunch. But Hansi Cronje and Sean Pollock. Now, he's batting with a runner because of that hamstring strain. But Sean Pollock can fairly quilt a ball, can't he?
He can, and he won't have to worry about running. He can just stand there and deliver. So we could see a bit of action in this next session, that's for sure.
OK, 6 for 137. They lost 6 for 54 in the morning session, the South Africans. They lead by 238 overall. 2.5 days left to play. Let's go to the highlights of the second session of play.
Gibbs running for him at the non-striker's end now. How's that? And he's given him caught behind. The wrong un has succeeded in bringing the South African captain undone. He didn't look comfortable at all against Michael Bevan. Normally a good player of spin bowling, but Hansi Cronje rooted to the crease, just fishing for the ball. Gets a thick outside edge, and Ian Healy does a great job.
Wonderful bowling by Michael Bevan. Hansi Cronje didn't really look like he was reading that wrong un throughout the innings, and Bevan got this one in the right area. Cronje nicked it, and Ian Healy, as usual, made no mistake with another fine catch.
7 for 152. It's a Cronje dismissal. Quite a thick edge through to Healy. It's a good shot from Pollock. This is where he's very, very good. His footwork is probably as good as anyone in the side. He perhaps hasn't had as much experience as some of the top order batsmen batting for a long time in the game, but just look at the footwork here. He's back on the back foot, the ball short of a length, timing and placement excellent, big flow of the bat. That's got to be fairly close. He's given it. There's the flipper from Shane Warne. Pollock this time not really sure. He didn't pick it out of the hand. He was half-hearted going forward. The front foot was just on or in front of the crease. The ball pitched and obviously went straight on, hurried straight forward, gave umpire Venkat a good look at it. You don't have to wait for long for him to give a decision.
You certainly don't. Intelligent piece of bowling by Shane Warne. The previous delivery was wide of off stump and short, and it allowed Sean Pollock the leverage. This one was bang on. The straighter and the quicker one, Pollock misread the line, and umpire Venkat, being an ex-spin bowler himself, had no hesitation in giving the decision.
8 for 156. Brilliant run out by Greg Blewett also contributed to the collapse that we've seen here by South Africa. That's well fielded. Then McGrath, not something that you expect to see from one of your fast bowlers. Diving full length. Great stop, save 4 certain runs.
Just a terrific day here in Port Elizabeth. Not a cloud in the sky. They were saying on Friday, strong possibility of thunder showers come Sunday. They certainly haven't looked likely. Outside edge between Mark Waugh and Mark Taylor. Runs down towards the boundary. It won't be 4. Blewett picks it up and they get a couple, but that ball in the air very close to Mark Waugh's right hand. So Warne 17 overs now, most of them quality, certainly in this spell. 7 maidens, 1 for 20. Back with Bevan, over pitching outside the off stump. Donald skies it, he's caught it cover. Warne goes back, takes the catch. So it's 9 for 167. The lead, 101 plus the 167. Work it out for yourself. Even I can do that. So it really is at a tantalising stage, is it not?
Australian flags are flying high, and why not? That really was a pretty tame dismissal. Something that Michael Bevan does a lot. He bowls the wider one, the one that just holds its line, doesn't come into the right-hander. Alan Donald obliging by hitting it up in the air, and a safe catch to Shane Warne. So that's the 9th wicket. South Africa really have messed this up today. They haven't played well at all. Everyone has basically thrown their wickets away.
An almighty swing. Didn't get him. Would have enjoyed that, Ian Healy.
Umpire Rudy Coetsen calling for the 3rd umpire to intervene. I think that back leg was down. Back foot, rather. We'll soon see. This is what 3rd umpire Dave Orchard will be viewing right now, with his fingers ready to push the red or the green button. He's out of the crease at this stage. I think he just gets down. Very smart work from Ian Healy behind the stumps. Orchard is signifying that he's not out. Dave Richardson pretty quick to come down and have a chat to Paul Adams, and rightly so. It really was a wild swing. Give us another view of it. Back foot certainly was out of the crease, but quick enough to get it back just in time.
Ian Healy would have loved that. 300 with his stumping. Ever so close. Became only the 2nd wicketkeeper in history. 300 test dismissals. When it comes, is it here now? And that's it, the flipper. Not given. Well, Shane Warne can't believe it. Umpire Venkat, with whom he had a discussion at the end of his previous over, is unmoved, and a wink from Paul Adams. Well, there you go. A bit of confidence from the young man.
Flipper again.
Umpire in question. Getting ready for the next one. That's an exercise. Now the reverse sweep. It's in the air. He's caught. Shane Warne enjoying the moment. He needs to be a little careful, although there's nothing wrong with having a belly laugh. Well, how about that? The reverse sweep by Adams. He tried it in Johannesburg. He's a little nonplussed. Richardson, I think, just querying the tactic there. And after all of that, the lead is 269. The remarkable finish here. The young man not lacking confidence, almost off the back of the bat. And he's caught it slip, facing towards square leg. So South Africa all out for 168. It's been a spirited fight back by the Australians.
Well, it really was quite bizarre. No team has yet batted through an entire day, and after the 2 opening batsmen who resumed today, Terry, there really wasn't a great deal shown by South Africa apart from Hansi Cronje.
No, they lost 10 for 85, David, and really it's been a great day for Australia, but that lead, well, they still need to get 270 And as you say, no one's batted through a day. It means they'd have to bat for longer than a day, I think, on this wicket to get 270.
And Michael Bevan once again chipping in just when he's needed.
That's amazing. 13 overs, three maidens, 3 for 18. And Gillespie again picking up...
He was the form bowler of the morning, wasn't he?
Well, he's picked up 8 wickets as well for the match.
OK, well, there's a bit of work to do. Australia's target 270 would be the highest score in the match.
Yes, it would be, and I think it could be again them. I really do think that this wicket, it's turning. Saw Shane Warne and Bevan
and
turning.
Still seaming for others.
Seaming, it's green, so it's going to be difficult out there. Even though they are one bowler short with Sean Pollock, he won't bowl in this game.
All right, 270 was the target for Australia. As I said, it would have been the highest, well, it will be if they get it, the highest score in the match by any side. No team has batted for more than a day. 7 sessions in which to get it, and a little bit of the afternoon session. Let's see how they went as they faced the new ball.
I think the game's turned for umpire Venkat a little. Taylor on the front foot, driving it away. Beautiful shot by Mark Taylor. Timing it. Will it go all the way to the fence? No, he's a quick across the ground, Herschel Gibbs. And he's saved a run there. Taylor will be happy with that shot. And Australia are on the way in their quest for this unbelievable victory if they are able to achieve it. And Alan Donald keeping the ball up to the bat. That's where he wants to be.
Yes, it's amazing. A fantastic cricket, beautiful shot. And look at the athleticism of this boy. David Hook said he's the best fieldsman in the world. Big Rat playing first test. Well, he's played a couple of tests, but geez, that's a big Rat. But he is very, very quick. And what a good shot too from Mark Taylor. It's amazing when you have a bad trot. All of a sudden, one shot can actually turn the corner for you. All of a sudden, you feel a lot more positive. You hit one right in the middle, and he's off a duck. He's off 3. Now will Matthew Hayden get off it?
Yes, he is. Luck's a fortune. That trip to church this morning paid dividends. So he's off the mark. He's won, and Australia have moved along to none for 4. And Alan Donald, his little bit of bad luck seems to continue.
If they get through this new ball, they'll have a great chance. Without too many scars, great chance of getting this total.
Inside, hooking away. That's 4 runs. Beautifully played.
Well, the Australians have complained about the backward square leg being running backwards before the bowler's been bowled. Matthew Hayden asked the fieldsman there, copped one short and then belted it, and I would have turned right around to Hansi Cronje and said, well, you better put him there now, son.
They're driving at it again and getting the benefit there. Hayden pushing hard for the 2. No worries at all in the end. Pat Simcox out there, substitute fielding for Sean Pollock.
The weakness of it, of course, Keith, also is that if there's a partnership of 120, there's not too much talking, so it's a very short-lived way of playing the game of cricket when you're fielding. Bottom edge, and brilliantly fielded by Barker, and he would have been in a bit of strife had Adam Barker been able to hit the stumps, but just missed. Brilliant reflexes in that position. He is making his own.
That would have been the last straw for Mark Taylor. That's all he would have needed. Taking off for the run would have been out. There wouldn't have even been probably the need for the replay. The umpire would have called for it, but that would have definitely been out. Great reflexes. The first bit of luck that Mark Taylor's had in a long time.
And that's a big shout. That's very close, and he's given him out. So the Australian captain's wretched form continues. Struck in the midriff the ball before. The umpire took a while to give the decision, but the Australian captain slams the bat under his arm and walks from the ground, rips the gloves off. He doesn't show too much emotion when he's out normally. He's showing a bit at the moment.
That movement was still there for McMillan. We saw Taylor put him away for 4 early on the over. Gets in fairly close there. Pitches in line with the stumps. Must have just been right on leg stump. Pitched, cut, came back, and probably just caught in front, and a great breakthrough for South Africa.
Well, I don't think Mark Taylor could complain too much about the ball that got him out, Terry Alderman.
Well, it may have just pitched outside leg, but he was disgusted with himself, there's no doubt about that.
13 today, his 18th consecutive test score under 50. Hate to harp on it, but gee, you'd have to, wouldn't you, when your skipper's in that sort of form slump?
Well, there's still one more test to go. That's all you can say, really, at this stage, and then the one-day series after that.
1 for 28 at tea, the Australians. 242 still needed with 7 sessions.
It's a big ask on this wicket, that's all I'll say.
Indeed, it is a big ask. The third session coming up in full. We'll take you to that just after this break here on 7 Sports. Stay with us.
Armed, dangerous and on the run from police, and you're along for the ride. Monday, taxis under siege. With violent attacks out of control, we put you in the passenger seat to witness how one driver escaped alive. Australia's Most Wanted, 7:30 Monday.
If your hot water system packs it in, now you can make a local call for help anytime, any day.
132180.
The Hot Water Helpline from Clean Heat, Australia's gas expert.
132180.
Dieters, now you can easily lose weight with personalised low-fat calorie-controlled meals from Trimaway. Free home delivery with no contracts and no joining fees. So for guaranteed results the healthy way, call Trimaway, the fresh food diet company.
Right now, you can get the Red Rooster Chicken and Chips pack plus a Coke for just $3.95. That's a quarter barbecue chicken plus chips plus a Coke, all for just $3.95. The Red Rooster Chicken and Chips pack plus a Coke, now only $3.95. But hurry, offer must end soon.
BGC builds or supplies materials for every third new home in WA. It's one of Australia's most successful companies, providing jobs for 4,000 West Australians. And BGC is wholly WA owned, so the money and the jobs stay right here. If you wanted, you could create a whole new city from the ground up, built or supplied entirely by BGC. Look for the name BGC. It means quality and strength.
The brewers at the Swan Brewery have been blending the world's finest ingredients for 139 years. This experience has been handed down ever since, and it has ended up here with 1857 bitter.
Welcome back on 7 Sport to day 3 of the second cricket test from Port Elizabeth, St George's Park. Australia set a target of 270 after doing a very good job to bowl out South Africa for 168 in their second innings today. 270, biggest score any team in this test would have got so far, and not a good start when Mark Taylor was out cheaply again.
Yes, and a lot of pressure now on, I think, a player like Mark Waugh. He's the class player in the Australian lineup, and he's really got to stand up and be counted, I think, in this second innings.
Well, Taylor out for 13. We do bat fairly deep in the Australian lineup, right down to 8 with Ian Healy. But as you say, Mark Waugh is probably the form player at the moment. What about the pressure on Hayden and Elliott?
Well, I think also Bevan as well. He's got a duck in the first innings, and OK, spin bowling is keeping him going there. But I think the Australians have got to be very aggressive in their run chase. There's plenty of time, as we've said.
You don't like my theory of batting out the 7 sessions, do you?
There's 2 new balls in that too, Dave. So, no, I think they've got to be aggressive in trying to get these runs, boundaries and aggressive running, etc.
OK, conditions are clear at St George's Park in South Africa, Port Elizabeth. Day 3, final session. On the third day of the second cricket test, let's take you back to Port Elizabeth and Dennis Cometti.
It's Mark Taylor out cheaply again. And I suppose what happens to him in the final test could be determined by the outcome of the game. Once more, that dismissal.
Yes, as you can see, he's both feet together, not getting forward, not getting back. A good ball already started by Alan Donald, and to be quite honest, Dennis, I think it's time now for Mark Taylor to maybe start asking a few questions to a couple of his good close friends or people who he admires, maybe his mentor, which is Neil Marks from Wagga Wagga. Wouldn't hurt maybe the ACB giving him a ticket and telling him to come over here and have a quiet yarn to him about his technique. He's done a wonderful job with the Australian cricket team as Mark Taylor, but I think it's about time that maybe the Australian ACB can maybe help Mark Taylor out with his batting.
Over pitching outside the off stump, Donald. Elliott driving, no power in the shot. It goes out to mid-off.
It's not ACB's fault at all that Mark Taylor's playing poorly, but I just think maybe it's always good to have a mentor or a coach, Dennis, that you can talk closely to. Would it be David Hooks or Greg Chappell over here? Or maybe give Alan Border a ring and get him over from Pakistan. No, AB would be quite happy to get over here and have a cold beer from Pakistan. So
he chose to go to Pakistan, though, didn't he?
He certainly did.
One of the few.
He certainly did. But I think it might be time now to for him to seek some other people's knowledge to help him get through. People who he respects, admires, to help him get through this rough trot.
Donald again. Elliott, who battled so hard in the first innings, only to be run out. And of course, a fine performance in the first test. A vital stage for Australia. That's the good news. He's come back superbly well after that mishap against the West Indies at the SCG. Seems fully fit and in very good shape.
Here's his career. He's played wonderfully well for Victoria.
Tries to swing it away on the onside, inside edge to the body, and it kicks towards third slip. Not much bounce there, not as much as he first thought.
What Australia needs is to get a good partnership. You have to play shots to get it. It's Matthew Hayde, Elliott's favourite shot, the good hook, and inside edge on the pads. But it's amazing, Dennis, that if you want to make a lot of runs, you normally have a bit of luck here and there. Play miss it a few. Get an inside edge onto your pads and just dribbles away.
Good judgment by Elliott. That ball doing its best work, having passed the stumps, really bending into the gloves of Dave Richardson. Watch it again.
Good leave there from Matthew Elliott. Of course, there's bowled wonderfully well. The pick of the bowlers, Alan Donald, in the first innings. It's probably the best I've ever seen him bowl. I know he's very, very quick, but didn't have much luck. There's been other times he would have bowled a lot worse and taken five for.
Finds the pad going down leg side. It kicks away on the onside. They'll take a leg by. Elliott a little slow to react. That's the end of the over. It's 1 for 29.
Introducing a different kind of four-wheel drive that thinks. The all-new Explorer has Control Track, intelligent technology that senses any loss of traction and automatically engages four-wheel drive. It's also the only four-wheel drive thoughtful enough to feature an optional 5-speed automatic transmission. The new Ford Explorer, the intelligent four-wheel drive.
The last score a leg by. That was good by a leg. Where did that come from? Was that a real one? I mean, not a real leg, but a real artificial leg. I'm not sure. Nancy Cronje, who bowled so well yesterday, seems like a long time ago now, back in the attack. There's the scene looking towards the southern end of the ground. Commentary position down there in the distance. On what is a glorious day here in Port Elizabeth. Clear blue sky, temperature in the high 20s. Elliott, with that last leg by, has retained the strike. Of course, South Africa minus Sean Pollock. He batted earlier today with a runner.
Cronje got 2 for 21 in the first innings. Very easy to think he can really get on top of this guy. He's a bit cagey. Likes to swing the ball away, but he can also seam the ball around. It's always good to have a little bit of a sider of these guys before you start making plans on them.
So what a vital partnership this one is. Of course, this pair added 95 for the second wicket in the first test at Johannesburg. Taylor's back in the pavilion for 13. That wicket fell at 23. Australia going to tea at 1 for 28 on what's been a remarkable day of Test cricket. South Africa losing 10 for 85. All out today for 168, and the odds against that starting the day very high indeed. He'd be dismayed.
The last 21 wickets that have fallen in this match have fallen for 305, but it probably just goes to tell you that it's been a very hard wicket to bat on, nearly 15 runs per wicket. Hasn't been any real big partnerships, obviously. Been very hard to bat on. But it seems to me, Dennis, that this wicket's getting a little bit better to bat on, I must admit, the third day, so it should be. A little bit of seam and a little bit of swing still, but it wasn't as bad as it was in the first couple of days.
No, I think you're right. I was talking with Kepler Vessels, who knows this ground very well, earlier today, and he was saying that he thought it would be best today and probably until lunchtime tomorrow. Chasing this one, Elliott can't get it through. Gibbs goes to his left-hand side, knocks it down, but they get a single.
This is a shot that Matthew Elliott doesn't play too often, the cut shot. He's normally a good hooker and a great driver of the ball, but the cut shot for a left-hand is normally the best shot, but for some reason Matthew Elliott doesn't seem to play it a lot. Mind you, he probably doesn't, the way he's played all the others. And Matthew Hayden. He's been to church early today. He'd be hoping the great man above will be looking kindly for him these last 2 hours.
You never stop researching. Last ball of the over. Tucks it off his body. Chance of a run out. Elliott a long way down. Throw at the stumps. Not back in time. Both at the same end. They will be run out. It's a question of which one. It will be Hayden, I think. Both of them headed in the same direction. A monumental blunder by the Australians. They virtually had a foot race to the bowler's end. Elliott went back. Hayden kept coming. That is unbelievable.
Well, what a huge error mix-up between these two. So many calls, we don't know who's called what. It's a race to get to the other end, and it's a photo finish, and I think Matthew Elliott's just made it home. Of course, Hansi Cronje runs all the way back. And just the start that South Africa needed. And Australia are now 30 for 2. Well, 12 wickets.
Did you know bleeding gums are a sign of gingivitis caused by germs?
So how do you prevent the gum disease gingivitis? Listerine. It's dynamite against germs.
It's Big Rock Toyota's sensational 1996 stock clearance. Rush in for your new Toyota while stocks last. For Zippy started at $13,990 drive away.
Big Rock Toyota are cheaper.
For luxury wide-body Camry at $24,990 drive away.
Big Rock Toyota are cheaper.
For Funabout RAV4 at $29,990 drive away.
Big Rock Toyota are cheaper.
So whatever the offer, whatever the deal.
Big Rock Toyota are cheaper.
The new batsman is Mark Waugh after a most remarkable mix-up. I don't think I've ever seen a run out like that. The two batsmen sprinting to the one end. And they were going step for step. We had Matthew Hayden and Matthew Elliott running in the Sydney Cup. Actually, it was the Melbourne Cup. They were going the wrong way. At least one of them was. Hansi took off the right way. So suddenly, this game has swung again. Elliott takes a ball from outside the off stump at Sky, down towards fine leg. Man coming around. He's lost it completely. So is the umpire. Just waiting for the indication from umpire Venkat. See signal 4. If he has, it's a very laconic 4. That ball has gone down to the shadows. Watch the replay. Takes it from outside the off, slices it high in the air. Adams loses it completely down there. He's got no idea where it's gone. I must say, very hard to find down there. Now, the indication was 4 from umpire Venkat. Meantime, back at the ranch, watch this.
Matty Hayden called no. Higgins said no, and he said yes, and mix up, and he's talking to each other there. Now it's a race to get there. Well, I can understand probably Matthew Hayden trying to get back there. It's a photo finish there. Oh, it's almost for the second camera.
There's some unusual things happening here, we've got to say. Almost a lost ball off the previous one. 2 for 34. Let's not lose sight of that. The target is 270. And some consternation amongst the scorers as to the signal from umpire Venkat. That is the laziest 4. I'm sure I saw him indicate a 4, but you had to be quick.
Did say the second camera, I meant to say the second print. And it's very important here for Matthew Elliott to get his head together here, get himself organised. He's made a mistake. He realises it.
He's on 5. Missing leg stump.
Yes, you feel really upset. You know you've done your partner. You didn't mean it, of course. But the fact is, he's just say, well, all I can do is go out there and try and make a good score here. I tell you, above all, though, don't get out in the next 5 minutes, because Matthew Hayden's probably steaming in the rooms at the moment. So he'd be feeling very depressed at the moment, I can imagine, but it's up to Mark Ward to try and get his head together and start working hard.
Scoreboard's giving him the boundary now. So suddenly the balance is back with South Africa.
Just watch the call from Matthew Hayden. He says no. Well, it's a bit hard from that angle there, but
this will make a bloopers tape. This will be right after the guy runs into the pommel horse.
And now Matthew Hayden realises he's lost the race. He missed out there by about 3 inches. And of course, Matthew Elliott's got a bat that's 2 inches longer in the blade, so that might have helped him there.
Tugged away on the onside, some aggression in that, giving vent to his feelings. And it races away to the boundary for 4. No doubting that.
Well, that's what you've got to do. I know you probably take a good shot to get him off the mark there, but not too much said between Mark Waugh. You've got to take out your aggression with your running between the wickets now, and if you're really going to jump on the ball, make sure you hit it as hard as you can. This is his strength. Very good pull shot.
Well, not apportioning blame, but Matthew Elliott really getting a history in his short time in Test cricket of running between the wickets. Everything has happened to this young man. Think back to the first innings here, back to Sydney, and now this. Tries again. A belated shout from Donald. He went up very late. Nothing doing from umpire Venkat. A remarkable over. 2.
Brian keeps on looking at you. I think he must like you.
Little Brian was always interested in harnessing the power of the wind, which is why he loves his job managing the Western Power wind farm in Esperance. Developing alternative energy sources, it's just one of the ways we're getting better.
8 runs off the last over. Donald's figures now no wicket for 25. That one and its predecessor certainly memorable, because generally we haven't seen too much activity. Wickets have been falling, but not too many runs. Runs coming in the last over, and of course the run out in Cronje's previous over. There'll be no forgetting this Test match. Still, one sense there's plenty more to come. So back with Hansie Cronje, who got the present in his previous over. The run out of Hayden. That ball was moving through the air, just going away from Mark Waugh, inside edge onto the pad.
As Cronje does shape the ball away a little bit. Mark Waugh's feet nowhere there. Inside edge onto the pads. Batting a little bit out of his crease there. It's a good ploy, I think, for Hansie Cronje.
Got him out leg B in the first innings. Again, Finds some bow in that one. Making the adjustment. Ball goes across and just dabs it away. And what a key figure he now becomes.
29 overs left in the day. And whoever wins this session here, ladies and gentlemen, will have to win the game. I would have thought if they get through a good session here. Hansy trying the in-swinger after the 2 out swingers there. But I honestly believe, Dennis, whoever wins this session here, if they don't lose too many more wickets here, Australia, they'll definitely go close to winning this game. Here's the in-swinger there, bit of a waste of the delivery.
Nicely done by Richardson. Very tidy behind the stumps. Overshadowed by Healy in this test match, but he's better than a journeyman.
Again, there's the over rate. 15 overs, 38. Well, that's the problem they had in the first innings, I believe. They didn't really play too many shots. Too many overs crept up with not too many runs scored off. They've got to take it up to Hansy Cronje a little bit. If he bowls a bad ball, they've got to make sure they punish him. He does tend to get a bit short sometimes. That's where Hansy should try and work on. That outswinger, that's his best ball. Line and length. Sometimes they swing, sometimes they don't. A little bit of a bow in it, as Dennis Committee said. That's terminology. Call it swing. Same thing, no. Went away.
Over pitching that time, Cronje. 4 looking to drive. No real power out to cover. The end of the over. 2 for 38.
Monday on 7 Nightly News. A story to inspire us all.
I believe in what we're doing.
A football legend.
There's not much out there you can't do if that's really what you want to do.
And a Perth woman's incredible courage.
My way of helping other people as well.
Born without arms and legs, Monica is about to do the impossible.
It's not going to be easy for Monica or myself.
Plus, the hidden millions in super.
I'll show you how to track it down.
Are you missing out? 7 Nightly News, Monday.
Well, the attendances have been a tad disappointing, particularly yesterday, although I've got to say in fairness, the forecast has constantly been for rain, and probably that has kept a few people away. Not the musicians. Awkward one for Richardson on the second bounce.
Well, Dennis, this is going to be a very interesting over. At the end of the last ball, there's an appeal for a caught behind off a short ball from Donald. Matthew Elliott and Alan Donald exchanged a few words. Bit of a smile there. I don't think Matthew Elliott would have said anything nice to him. It'll be a very interesting over.
Another tough customer. On the bounce out to mid-off. Noticeable that time, Donald getting wider on the return crease. Way out. Angling it in at the left-hander.
You mentioned before, Dennis, the fact that Matthew Elliott's becoming a bit of a common denominator in the run-out situation at the moment. I've fielded or batted with him for 4 or 5 years and never had much of a problem, but all of a sudden out of the blue in his test career, people are getting run out, they run into each other, and there's been mix-ups. Oh, it's been all happening in his test career up to now.
Tugs it away on the onside, down behind square. Lovely shot. That's gone for 4.
Great shot there. He loves the short stuff. He's one of the best hookers I've ever seen, I must admit. Up there with Viv Richards. Classical way, almost Bill Lawry-like. I can just remember Bill.
The shades of Bill in this one, almost waiting for the ball to come on. All the time in the world. 25 balls. 3 fours now. Man goes deeper on the onside, so that's Simcox. About 40 metres from the bat at mid-wicket. Elliott 13. Slower ball, struck on the pad. Not offering. Imploring was Donald. Impassive was umpire Venkat.
Well, what upset Matthew Elliott there is it just started to tail in towards the stumps. When you don't offer a shot, you're in big trouble. It's pitched on line. Well, I'm going to have to say, Mr. Elliott, you're very, very lucky there. And again, maybe almost a no ball there, overstriding. Definitely a no ball in that situation there, but I still think he might have made 2 mistakes there, umpire Venkat. Not only was a no ball, but I think it would have hit the stumps as well.
2 mistakes of fair play. That was very short outside the off stump. He chops it hard into the ground. It's taken nicely on the bounce by 3rd slip. Kirsten thrusting up the right hand.
Oh, this is good TV. It's all happening here, isn't it? It's a crowd catch. He's hit it straight down to the
We've just been
ground.
talking about Bill and you're starting up. Cut that out.
Oh, I'd like to see a batsman take on fast bowlers. This is good. They've had a bit of a chat last over.
Donald very unlucky. 1 ball to come in the over. Ooh. 2 for 42.
It's going to be bigger than ever before. It's the only retail event that delivers over 30,000 potential shoppers to one venue. It's now going to be held on a Saturday and a Sunday. Yes, retail trading at the ultimate stocktake sale will be Saturday and Sunday at the Fremantle Passenger Terminal. If you've heard about it, want to be a part of it, then phone Channel 7 Sales during business hours.
Taylor out for 13. Hayden run out sensationally for 14. Elliott 13 from 28. Mark Waugh yet to score his face 6. He's the batsman on strike. Hansi Cronje starting a new over from the duck pond end. Worked away on the onside into the gap between square leg and mid-on. And they take an easy single, so Waugh's on the board.
Yes, and don't forget, we can remember back, it was these 2 batsmen that crashed into each other as well. I have no doubt they'll be trying to run pretty clear of each other. All of a sudden, I think Matthew Elliott has just forgotten about the run out and he's been very positive. He wants to play some shots, and rightly so. Take it up to the South Africans. Don't let them.
He checks that time, almost an involuntary stroke. More the ball finding the bat and running down into the catching cordon.
Yes, Dennis, I think actually someone has to go out there and try and have a go at the South Africans, play some shots. Matthew Elliott really 2 minds there whether he should play at that ball, but at least he's been positive going at the ball.
Angled across the left-hander. Well, it's been a test match dominated by the ball so far.